in doing another serving guide, not playing. Give me a few seconds. I'm trying to figure this out. That one. But yeah, guys, I'll be doing the Gawain guide this time, and yeah, he's one of the more forgettable characters, I guess, from what I've heard. People forget he's in the game easily, so I'm doing this in campaign mode instead of the extra battles, despite already completing very hard mode, because I actually have a theory of mine, and yeah, some dipshit, like, before I get into the guide itself, I'm gonna say some dipshit, while playing his first run, decided, oh, let's play at story mode on normal to begin with, and let's switch to hard mode halfway through, and that dumbass happened to be me, so. And I do apologize, because I do believe I actually misspelled his name. I forgot to put the A in there, so I just didn't know, so I didn't want to fuck it up. So the typical things for my guide will be going active, installs costumes, and everything else. But to first start off, his overall stats is at a 1650 for both defense and attack, so he's got some pretty good power for a guy like him. Plus, he's also a saber class, and for the love of goodness, I am sick of doing these saber classes. This is like the third one within the entire time of doing my guides, within like the last week or so. But hey, it's not really my opinion. I actually kind of had fun while playing as the guy, because I mean, it's very honorable in the game, or in the show, and because of this, and he's also honorable in the entire game too. Like, some of the things he says is very honorable, and I couldn't help but enjoy playing as him, even if, you know, play-wise, he's not the best, not in my opinion, but I mean, compared to the others I've played as so far, no. But hey, what do I know? And I will also be doing Robin Hood either later on today or tomorrow, so I'm throwing that out there right now. If you don't see me streaming today for this, the odds are I'm going to be going off on and doing it tomorrow, so yep. And as you can see, max level, so here we go. Active skills. Now, yes, I don't have anything logged onto him yet. I don't even think I have any install skills on him. No, I have mana recovery and those two skills I meant to take off by now. I was gonna customize them pretty advanced, but no, because I did it on on someone else's thing, you know, on different consoles, stuff like that. But clearly, you know, it's not here, so I was gonna remake it, but you know, clearly I didn't. So also, I would like to apologize if hearing me is a little harder, because I don't have the same headset I have on while I usually do these. Because I will admit I'm being fucking lazy to plug it in and use that. So, plus this headset's doing pretty fine, I'm pretty sure, so yep. I would just like to point that fact out right here, right now. So first of all, I'm going to tell you what skills I think are the best on him, whether it's comboing, powering, or whatever. And before I actually get into that, I'm going to tell you, although his stats are pretty equal, I've always kind of found him to be, you know, as equal as his stats are, because he's very strong in the anime, so I wanted to make sure to do that. But he could also take a good hit or two. I mean, it took him a pretty strong attack to take him down in the anime, so I'm like, damn, that boy could take a hit. So I'm just going to say that here. So when I went and did that, I wanted to go and find a good balance between the two. So yes, and I'm also prolonging this so I could pull up so I could see any comments and stuff made throughout as well, so I don't, you know, just ignore it, so I could, you know, get everything on everything. So I would also like to say I might actually have a GTA video going soon as well, to express the what's going on currently. And although I'm not too fond of it, I feel like this is something I should cover up, because I feel like it's something very important that should be covered up, because, yeah. But besides that, that's a big if right now, so if you want, like, real deal news and shit, this is surely not the, channel to go to, but because of the scale and how important this is, I might actually cover something on this. Why GTA, you're asking? Just simply so I can, just so you could get like a base model in it. Yeah. Just so I could just sit here. And before I actually continue, before I fucking forget this, no, not the barracks, no, strategy room. I forgot all about the noise and stuff, so yeah. Anyways, I customized it, but yeah, no, I'm talking more about the George Lloyd, well, Floyd, not Lloyd, pardon me, I'm so sorry, don't want to offend nobody off of mis-saying something, but I'm referring to the George Floyd incident that's going on right now, and all the riots and stuff. That's what I'm referring to, but that's a big question either which way. Before we actually get into everything, because of everything that's going on, I still would like to have a moment of silence for Mr. Floyd here, because I feel like it's really needed. And although I'm not too much of getting into the news, but I still would like to have a moment of silence before I get into this guide completely. So thank you. Anyways, on with today's guide. Sorry about throwing all that out. I was just giving up the update on what's going on with the channel and stuff like that. So without further ado, let's get on with the guide. So the first ability I chose is it was when I first started playing as them, I was like, what am I going to use? I didn't want to use this base shit all the time, because if you can't tell, I have a bad habit of choosing base equipment, like, you know, like his explosion skill, or like Nameless, or not Nameless, but like Nero's, like her sets, pretty much all base shit. So yeah, I want to figure out what to use, and I will say I want to stray from that, but I couldn't help but to enjoy some of these moves. Like Explosion it's got a cooldown of 9 seconds with the attack power of 1920 or 19.20. Very, very nice if you ask me. So I enjoy that, because, you know, I like having that power to him, because he's a powerhouse and he's pretty much like a tank in a way, honestly. Just less tanky and more, yeah. But he's very tough, and I'm like, you know what? Tough, powerful, he's a cannon. I think that's the best way of putting it. He's not a tank, but he's a cannon. He does a massive amount and he could take it a little bit, but he's still not tank level, if you ask me. So, Explosion is the first skill I have on him. What this is going to do is you're going to stab your sword into the ground, and whilst you do that, it's going to have a radius, and it's going to blow the fuck up. Like, if you're in the radius, you're going to blow up. It was funny to see that the first time. I couldn't help but to laugh my ass off seeing it, so that is the first skill I will use. Next, you know, it was questionable. Most of Gawain, I think it's pronounced Gawain, I don't know. Don't crucify me for how I pronounce it. So, alright, I forgot. It's been a while since I've seen it, but yeah. Also, I know I said I'd do this. I forgot to mention that Gawain's a part of the Fate Apocalypse, or not, fuck. Correction, the Fate Last Encore. He's a part of the most recent installment, I do believe, or at least the most recent installment on Netflix. So you can watch any of their all 4 series, Apocalypse, Stay Night, Zero, and Last Encore on Netflix if you haven't watched it already. So just throwing that out there. But 2 of his moves, he slams into his to the ground. Like 2 of the moves, at least, I chose to have him slam it into the ground, and it'll send out shockwaves forward. This has an attack power of 23.4 and 11-second cooldown. So, and it's a saber class skill, something I do appreciate having in all of them. And I do believe the rare case where, you know, I don't actually have class-specific skill because for the most part, I like having class-specific skills because I think I said this, I want to say on the Tomno guide, I think. Let me check let me see if it is. I want to make sure because I don't want to say something lead you to the wrong way. I think maybe it's, hold on, let me check this out. Because like I said, I don't want to excuse me, I don't want to mislead you anywhere, so. Yeah, let's see. Right about here, maybe? No, sorry, I'm jumping around a lot, but, nope, it is not, no, it is not Nameless. He's not the one. I think it was Tom Nowhere. She had no, like, either which way. There's been very few times I've told you not to have class-specific skill, mainly because those specific skills can actually be tagged up into the, like, you could use that and throw that into the, whatchamacallit, like, support troops. That's how they are activated sometimes. Or if you use the right combo, you'll activate them as well. But yeah, that's why I'm gonna have Fire Strike as well, because I like having the shockwaves. This will also knock them back a little bit, so it gives you a good, breather at the very least. And what's the next skill is not gonna be Blade of Loyalty. Although you may think it's very similar to skills like the Tempest for Nero or Astolfo's Hippogriff mount thing. I don't know the name to it, so fuck off. To where I would lunge forward and hit everybody, but no, that's not what we're doing here. I don't know, that's just the base thing of why it's up there. But yeah, the next weapon, or not weapon, but the next skill is going to be Holy Sword Release. This would increase the power of your sword by increasing the range. Because he's a heavy hitter, I want to increase that range a little bit. If I'm not mistaken, it is the Holy Sword Release. This has a 25-second cooldown, no attack power, but increases your range for a brief amount of time. And yeah, that's different from how I usually have a saber. I guarantee that's different because I'm like, shit. So, it's not meant for powerhousing, but this one's just more for, I want to have a buff on him because he's a balanced guy, so I'm like, he's balanced, let's up, a little more to range because he's close range. Let's make that a little more to like mid, like a close mid or mid close range. So, yes, that's gonna be in there. I put it in the X slot because I like having my power-ups like that in my X slot so I can just hold it off to the ground. Well, not not to the ground, but like hold X, and X is just where I naturally go for power-ups. So the next, my final perk will be Blade of the Sun. You will pretty much have a flaming sword, and you're gonna be chaining a bunch of slashes together. And this launches the enemy up into the air and shit like that, and you'll slam them back down. This is has a cooldown of 12 seconds. Although I'm not too fond of moves like these, it's pretty much like a crowd control. You'll knock them all into a certain area, and you'll pretty much wail on them a bit, slam them toward the ground. But what's really nice about this, and why I actually chose this one over other ones, is because it has a 31.68 attack damage. Holy shit. And it's a saber class skill. So if you have, all that shit, you're really boosting that up. So, and to think that, this is only the beginning of its of power that's on this, because this is without the, this is just the base attack power for these things without, stuff like Martial Blessing. And because I'm very fond of using active skills, I always have Martial Blessing on one way or another, or I have multiple Martial Blessings on. Here you go. This is going to increase like 31.68 to shit, like 42.29 or some shit. But these are the 4 abilities I would like to choose. I was actually debating on having the Burning Sword Flash. It's 3 consecutive hits, and they all cause shockwaves. but that was very close to the fire strike. However, the attack power is nowhere. It's pretty much halved with 12 seconds or 12 attack with 9 seconds, where the other one is just like literally like 3 seconds more, I think. So that was a huge question on if I was going to take that one, but after debating that and trying it out, I decided it's nowhere close to as good as Fire Strike. Otherwise, it would have took Fire Strike's place, but ultimately, that's the loadout for Gawain. Next, we'll go over his install skills, his base install skills if you don't have double, and if you have double, what I would put on them if you did. So, first, I'm going to start off with attack skills. Martial Blessing, I already told you it's coming. Here it is. Granted, it's, you know, right now it's at a low number because I've been doing a lot of synthesis and stuff like that and messing with that, so, but besides the point, the general just is to have Martial Blessing up there. Next, because he's still a all-arounder, I wanted to put Spirit Slayer. Increased attack power against Servants and Bravery. Because of how strong he is naturally, I will not have natural body on him. Just because of how strong he is naturally. Although I will say, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say I remember the attack move, or I want to say it's, and the final move, I was thinking increases the span of the move of Moon Drive, but that's a support perk, I think, or I do believe that's a support perk, so we'll hold off on that. And the last perk would be Supreme Strike. I don't put this on very much, and it's pretty much an instant KO, or to all enemies but, you know, the rare boss or enemy servants, but for him, because of his power, I enjoyed his Noble Phantasm, his Noble Phantasm so much, then there we go. Now I wanted to put that on there to kind of give him that little oomph. So, you know, just because, and he has more power, and this is where he differs from the others, because his Noble Phantasm is badass as hell and strong as hell. And I do believe his Noble Phantasm does more damage than a vast majority of the other Noble Phantasms I've seen. Although it's hard to tell. But, I mean, how I managed to do the research on this one is while playing, I actually took without Supreme Strike, like, with no benefits, like, I took off every install skill for 5 separate servants. Well, not 5, let me see, if I'm not mistaken, let me pull up my notes, because I remember recording this, and taking, and pretty much kind of screenshotting each bar, highlighting into, like, zooming into the bar and kind of tracing around that bar so I could see how, you know, the difference between the health, and I don't know stat wise, but I want to see how much it physically took off the bar instead of it took, you know, 7,623.92 damage. To hell with that, I'm not doing the math for that. No, I just went to compare the bars, and his outshined a lot of them. I even took and did this with Magna Rex, and I also did this with, you know, other servant classes as well as, you know, saber classes, so I could compare it with his own class and with the strongest base character in the game. So that is why I'm putting Supreme Strike on there, so it does even more damage after already doing a shit ton of damage. And out surpassing a good 95% of those people I have chosen. Who I chose is rather irrelevant, but when I did it, I did make sure to put it on very hard, or not very hard, but at the same level of 150. And when I did that, I made sure, like, I went on the I forgot the name of the battle. However, what it was is you have to fight Nero, Tamino, and Altura. They're all level 150s. It's an extra battle, and I did everything I could. Like, I pretty much ran like a coward the entire time while doing this for everybody. and took off like and picked off the little guys and increased my noble phantasm gauge so much. And then after a while I'm like, no, this is doing too much, so I just used my command seal to activate the like the threesomes, where it activates your drive gauge, noble phantasm gauge, and restores health, the middle one. And I chose that one, so just straight from the battle, boom, I did this with the driver skill and all my different types of code casts equipped, and without it, and it so far has proven to be one of the most powerful noble phantasms of the game. So that, or I just fucked something up, or I just got lucky apparently, or whatever it may be. Don't try to go and correct me in the comments, because you know, it's hard to tell with, you know, spacing, plus it's also with how, like, I'm trying to compare the guy, you know, bars by tracing them, so not the most reliable method either. So don't chew my head off for trying to compare this to, you know, prove to you guys or whatever. I'm not gonna add images or whatever into the thing to show you my results, because, you know, I'm too lazy, and that means I have to go through and edit this, and I'm not doing that. But continuing on our defense skills, anti-hero will be going on our beloved Saber, because I wanted him to mainly go against enemy servants. I think his biggest worth is enemy servants because of his natural power and natural defense. I wanted that to go on him. And then I also wanted to put, where is it? Obstinate on him to just increase base defense. Nothing too fancy, but nothing too horrifying. There we go. Besides that, I wouldn't put nothing else on him. And I'd put magic resistance on him. And my final skill I would put on, like, magic resist is a huge question, but I thought that at first because, you know, they chance, but because I'm also going to pull up my board here, his bond level's not the max, but it does the job. What's actually supposed to be here is his magic resistance. That also gives him a boost, so that's why I naturally chose to put it on him. And that's what the unique skills do. If you put on the corresponding install skill, like writing, I think, like, let me find this. Imperial Privilege Writer. No? Okay. Now, I'm pretty sure there's methods to increase all of your unique skills, and I'm not depending on the unique skills. That's just a bonus, much like how whenever I'm going over Codecast, I'm like, bonus for the, you know, extra install skills. Who gives two shits about that otherwise? So it's just a bonus. I'm not choosing anything upon that, but because I wanted him to, you know, still be able to resist all type of magic, all of it, no element's gonna get to him at all. That's exactly what this does. May negate all elemental status and increases defense against all of it. So it's not a guaranteed thing, but because I like having that, you know, leg up on them, and, you know, your opponent, you don't know what they have on them, so that's where that goes. And the final item I will put on him is not his mana recovery, not unless if you don't want the magic resist on him. You could either replace magic resistance, or you could replace your anti-hero with this one and put mana recovery if you want to do that. But ultimately, reduced earth is my final move I'm putting on him. So he has speed, or yeah, he'll have speed, he'll have power, he'll have defense. So he'll be very, it increases his power from, you know, like a natural cannon to maybe like armor, I don't even know what to go and compare it to, but pretty much it just increases everything. That's what I would put on him if he did not have, if you don't have double skills on him. But yes, he's like I said, like he has mainly the power. I like boosting up his power. Although one of these is pretty much like a game changer, I would want to say. So, like, ultimately, the Supreme Strike is questionable. Like, if you don't want to increase his Noble Phantasm even more on top of the power it has, you could also replace that with the Mana Recovery. But Mana Recovery, only reason I'm telling you to put it on him is because of the Supreme Strike. Like, that's the only reason why I decided to put it on him. So, I'm actually going to go and... this is the loadout I'm going to show you. Now, they double loadout, like the double skill loadout. Here's what I'll put on it. Because, like, first, I'm going to put anti-hero magic resistance. Save you the entire trouble and bam. I will actually put on the magic resistance. This is magic resistance. Poison. Oopsies. But, let me find my regular magic resistance. I will also replace the Obstinite with, well, not Obstinite, but the anti-hero with the Obstinite, because, yeah, and I will put my Obstinite right back on him because I made it oopsies. But that is so you have more defense against everybody and not just against heroes, but yeah, that it just increases your defense more. Where the flying fucks is it? I will straight up sit here to find this. I will also actually say replace the Supreme Strike, move that over with Guardian of the Moon. This will increase your attack power with Supreme Strike. So, I'm looking at my notes. While you have like your active, like your install skills and your code cast and drive skill and all that other stuff activated at once, and then you activate your Noble Phantasm, like, that will increase the damage even more on top of what it's already doing. So, like, it's not going to increase, like, range. It hits the entire sector. The range don't matter, so if that's what you're looking for. Cooldown, you can't cool down a Noble Phantasm. The only code cast I recommend putting, like, using right before you use the Noble Phantasm is the, an attack-powered one. So, and because I know, I don't know, like, we're not at the codecast part, but I'm just saying, future reference, you'll have that, plus Guardian of the Moon, which increases attack power during his, during, you know, the drive. And let me just move this, because this is going to piss me off. I like the color combo of yellow and white, but no, I like having them together, so fuck off, game. But what's going to happen here is, that'll increase more power on top of the power, so instead of taking like maybe an eighth of their health off, you'll take maybe 3/8 of their health off. But that's if you have your Moon Drive, an attack powered codecast equipped, a manually picked up codecast, the red sword from battle, and you hit them all at once. That's how you may take off 2 to 3/8 of their health bar with just one attack. This also depends on level too, like. But this is, I did this against, like I said, a group of level 1, 50, 3 different, or, yeah, 3 separate people, completely different stat-wise, so that's why it's, you know, also questionable, because the servant I used it against. So, the general gist though stands that it is still, you know, increasing power by far. Next, I would like to go and I would say get rid of the Spirit Slayer. And, excuse me. Ooh. Like, we're getting rid of Spirit Slayer because, you know, there's always better. There always been, and I'm still looking for the damn magic resist without the poison effect. Unless I accidentally put it on there, and yeah, and now I'm stuck with that, and I'm stupid, but there should be a magic resist and anti-hero, but if you can't, since I can't find it, I'm gonna say fuck it. So, but because we got that extra space, you know, that's how it's gonna go, and I can't find the fucking Spirit Slayer. Son of a bitch. I'm losing my things. Here it is. Spirit Slayer and the fairies. I'm gonna replace regular oops. Motherfucker. I'm doing this because I don't talk about this skill very much, but it's pretty much like it's out of desperation, or if you purposely know you like running the game with low health, like you're like, I don't care, I'm cool with it. And even if you're not cool with it, like let's say you get hit so much and you run out of codecast, the pot fairies, the pot F part of this is gonna increase your attack power when you're low on health. This is where, you know, whatever you turned into from a cannon turns into a glass variation. Glass variation of that. Meaning it'll turn you not just into a glass version, it'll just turn you into glass, like you're already broken. What I mean by that is you're already broken, and yeah, it's gonna be even tougher to take you on. But glass is already broken. You're gonna fucking hurt by no matter what you do. You touch it, you know, you step on it, trying to, you know, kick it, you're gonna hurt yourself because you're gonna cut yourself up a bit. So pretty much it's like, no matter what you do here, you're already gonna, you know, do even more power, and you're doing even more power against enemy servants. So the enemy servant's gonna be SOL really, and the less health you have, the more power you get, if I'm not mistaken, or is just at a certain point, once you reach below this, there you go. The only reason I'm recommending this like this and not as a skill itself is because me personally, I don't like running low health. I don't. But for the rare occasion where I'm pinned against the wall and they really drain my health down, or if I'm really having and struggling down, here you go. This is how you do it. Or if you're trying to power level up your characters like I did, where I took, you know, someone lower level than me, like I took my level 37 on Stalfo, and I straight up fought level 47, like level 150 enemies. And it jumps level tremendously. So if you're starting to lower down level because you're trying to do that, and yeah, it will increase your power, not by much, but still, if you're lower on health because you're doing something stupid like that, bingo, you win. But ultimately though, I don't recommend running with it otherwise, unless if you know your character got a lot of defense and health and you purposely knocked it down that far to increase your power, then sure. And health means nothing to you and rank means nothing to you, have at it. But for this, no. This is just a bonus for having that there. And let me actually fix this. There we go. This will give you a 15% bonus from that. And finally, this is where I say martial blessing will stay the same and your bravery will stay the same, because unfortunately there's no way to increase either one of them. So however, at that same point, I will put the mana recovery and independent action on now. Scooch over the I will scooch over my reduced earth, so you know I could just pop that over here. Actually, I'm gonna move it like there. We got ourselves a nice little pie chart here, of a nice four-colored pie chart. Not really a pie chart, but you know, a nice four-colored cake. So even though you get the general gist, I'm done trying to relate it to something, but you get the general gist here. There we go. You get a 20% bonus with the 4 of these. You got your base defense, 10% bonus for these, and you got a little extra speed to that. And with that, I'm gonna take that and call that his skill set. That's what I naturally ran on him. And because of that, let me see if I can. There we go. This still does the same. It's just, you know, it's a little more organized, and that's how I like it. So, hold on. Let me. Now that I accepted that, that is what your skills are gonna look like. Although, yes, you have a magic you don't have the magic resistance item on there, boosting up your magic resistance anymore. But I mean, you still have a fair share of increased defensive power, like I said. Plus, you know, you're dealing more damage if, you know, they manage to get through that defense of yours. And from there, it's pretty much just gonna benefit you anyways. So that's how that's gonna go. And yeah, there's no way to lose here. There really isn't. I don't see how you could lose. So yeah, and I will show you that. Plus, his charisma is at E now, so hey, I think that may have actually just been his natural thing. And to show you that even with my characters that don't have max bond levels, you'll do just fine without them. So, moving on to his costumes. His pure silver armor, the armor he wears during the anime itself, and just his base look. I mean, it looks nice from the front, but you turn it around, which you'll see the back more. I'm not too fond of the look. I mean, I like the silver armor on him, but ultimately he just kind of looks like a silver knight with blue on him. Compared to just his silver armor, which looks similar, but, you know, he has like a nice gold touch to it. It's not, you know, just armor. He kind of has like a samurai kind of look to him. And ultimately more enjoyable, if you ask me. I don't have any DLCs for him, but I mean, look at that outfit. How do you not like that? And that compared to that. I mean, that looks nice, but, you know, I don't think you could beat this, honestly. Plus, his pose changed, and, you know, just kind of like an Easter egg for anyone. Look at that, you know, little saint symbol on his outfit. You know, that's, you know, the little, I'm not even sure what to call it, but actually, let me see if I can't zoom in on it for you guys. There it goes. If you look close enough, that little symbol all across the inners, that's actually the same symbol as the saints in Saints Row. Is just gold instead of purple. So a little fun Easter egg for you guys. Next, we will equip his code cast and call it a battle. And as you can see, I had the Rider Relic back equipped, and this is not what we're gonna put on him because, yeah, I just was playing as a Astolfo again, and, you know, playing as other people, and this is the code cast I used while playing as them. So this one's a bit toughy. However, after much consideration of what to choose, I was going to actually just put him as a Saber Relic. Why Saber Relic over like the Archer Relic? Because this had the Saber Relic supports. Let me equip that one so I don't have to keep going back. The Saber Relic supports off the Saber variation of the double skill, so increases attack power at close range, I guess. Plus, you know, it's got stuff more classified to Saber. Although, yes, the code casts themselves are the same. Archers is...
You're gay.
What do you want?
You're gay. You're a gay little guy.
Alright, let's see. I think I have everything ready to go, so I'm currently having to check on PlayStation to make sure I'm doing this correctly, so yeah. As soon as it loads. Okay, there we go. Yeah, my mic is on. Thank goodness. I just want it. Little lady, hey, lay down, princess. Lay down. Nah. I'll be right back. Alright guys, sorry about that. I do apologize, but yeah, comparing the two, really the Saber Relic matches him a little more because you got speed, power, and range increase on him. Plus his skills are more, you know, he got some martial blessing on him now as well, like a bonus to that. Plus he's gonna have Imperial Saber with the double skill that goes with it. Plus his install skills are actually more than on the arch by like 1, maybe 2 on most of these. So yes, that's pretty much it. We're going with the Saber Relic here for him. Besides that, it's super simple on how to play him. So yeah, and I'm just gonna start off at the beginning stage, and yeah, the reason why I'm doing it here and stuff, it's because, like I said, I fucked up. I really did, and now I'm, yeah, having to redo, like, the story again, because instead of completing it on normal all the way through or hard, I'm stuck here. So yeah, maybe if I complete the game on hard, I could get my final code cast. Skipping that scene, fuck off. Plus, I mean, just kind of how he runs is kind of funny anyways. His explosion, a small blast radius, quick recharge, again another area effect, and that's kind of how it goes. Very strong. Increase the range on him now. So now I'm hitting people even farther, and it kind of got like a fire buff. I would have chose that for him to begin with, but you know, natural, you know, if he already has it naturally, then why the hell add it in the first place? So, and his mana bar seems to be going up pretty quickly anyway, so. Plus, I mean, I like the explosion perk fairly, so I don't see how anything can go wrong with this build. Yep. And although yes, I think it is kind of taking it easy on me, you know. Yeah, let's go. Very powerful too. Very nice. That's it. These pathetic things. And this is without my usage of a code cast, so you know, add more speed to them, because yeah, I will. Jeez. Let's just instant down them. Massive power, and although it's not the best on chaining, you know, he still got, you know, that's what the normal attacks are for. I gotta close my window real quick. So, oh shit. There we go, and sorry about this. Shit's going on. Shit's going on. So. Alright everybody, there we go. But he's rather simple to play online actually. So let me just, there's so much light in here. There we go.
Your window shut?
Yes! Jeez. Why do I lock my door? Sorry about that, it's family shit. I swear to goodness, it's annoying. One attack, huge amount of damage, and I still haven't even turned on my code cast, so. But yeah, his normal attacks aren't being buffed because it's already strong, plus comboing is. What now?
Hi. Alright, so
お疲れ様。さあ残りもやっちゃいましょう。制圧完了。こんなのちょちょいのちょいですだもん。これで一旦敵を退けられましたね。
マスターを狙った部隊は全滅したか。ならば作戦を変えるとしよう。
さて私の出番だね。行くよ。
その狂気は、ああ、気になるの習慣ですので、いざ颯爽と。
離れたセクターから攻撃って、このままではご主人様の身が持ちません。敵の攻撃をストップさせてください。さあお前たち、頭を落とせばこっちの勝ちさ。やっちまいな。
Anyways, now that's annoyance is gone. A huge shockwave, like I said, and not how much space tag created for me to, you know, kind of dip. And very powerful, very good to combo. Not, you know, the best, but he's not, you know, choppy. He's rather fluent. He could do stuff really easily. Damn it, Ruler. And here's with an offense power-up. Oh, that's gonna be fun. Just with my base explosion attack, just down. Oh, that's a lot cool. How's it going, Nancy? Alright, I'm gonna demonstrate, fuck off. I'm gonna wait for this, to go down. One attack, and he's almost dead. Let me just... Oops, dead. I like going boom. I mean, you can easily beat all those other people, so... Yep. And I still haven't used the code cast, and I need a link rush. I think that maybe his only con is I don't think he's very, like, he don't...
Why don't I get us some Q-tips, please?
He's not very good at rush attacking. So I'll be right back. And just study off my player information, I don't care. So you know what you're getting if you're just joining in, so. Alright, let's just hope that doesn't happen again. I highly doubt it will. It probably will, but still. Damn. Also, his fire attack kind of has like a little bit of a knockback as well, so. Let's go and show like base power against the servant. Alright, Drake, our first servant. One attack managed to knock out that much of the health. She's almost dead with that one, and that's what takes her out. Which, his biggest problem with this build is he can't rush attack, and if he can, it's very hard to do. So, let's just wipe them out. I mean, I think the only way you could, do that is in a very specialized manner. Oops. Fuck off, Tom, no. They die before I could even try to, rush them, but hey, if you don't like rushing, there you go. An anti-rusher. One of the reasons why I also chose not to put a rider relic on them. As said in my notes. Alright. Alright, let's... Actually, I have an idea. Oh, geez, see, Lancelot was taking me on pretty well, and yeah, that's all Lancelot's able to do to me. The only way I think he might be able to do that is... I have to be in a Link state, son of a bitch. It takes the spam of all 3 abilities to do that. But initially it was this move that managed my fire strike that managed it, so let me activate my my drive skill so you could get that. As you can tell, even without the buff, it's fine. And now that Nero's with me, I'm increasing power even more. A lot of booms going on here. His drive skill, he likes going boom, alright? I have to do 2 Noble Phantasms. I won't do it here because it'd be a waste, but that's what it'd be like if you had a cooldown relic. That's how quickly his combo would go up. Very useful otherwise. But because I didn't want to, you know, throw down a cooldown relic on him, because he's just fine without it, you know. No Phantasm time. You know, it sounds like a modified variation of Astura's Noble Phantasm. Excalibur Guillotine. Oh, thanks for the other Noble Phantasm. And that, and right here, just to prove my point, Noble Medusa's gonna go down like a biatch. I told you his Noble Phantasm is mighty, mighty strong. It don't matter what level, he could wipe down an opponent like it was nothing. I'm coming back to grab that. Max? No. 35. Oh well. I still haven't even used any of my code casts to even demonstrate anything. Let me increase range even more. I mean, he's not the best servant. He's not, you know, not fluent, but that's definitely better in my opinion. But I do think he's actually better than I remember him to be, so. Oh, they're on level recommend too. Okay, for hard. Okay, maybe that's not the best examples. I expected the level to be higher. Oh well. The general gist though. It's pretty much just how they play out. Boom, boom, boom.
お見事でした。敵の増援部隊は完全に沈黙しましたね。弾のサービス終了のお知らせです。魔力を使いすぎて起動交代。
Pretty sure that Karna should pop out here.
助かったぞ。よくぞ来てくれた。
Yep.
俺の相手はお前か。
I swear I hate it when they do that.
覚悟していただきましょう。感謝します。
Well, because I can't nibble Phantasm his ass. Clearly, even though, you know, power levels aren't exactly even, you could get the general gist though. Boom. I mean, it's still power that cannot be matched easily, so. That's gay. Just die. You're not even worth the Noble Phantasm this time. How dare you go down that fast and not die. But yeah, guys, that is Gawain offline. Yeah, just offline. Plus on that outfit, man. How can you not like the guy with this outfit? Wee. I just got rid of half of those. They're giving it back. Dicks. Which, I mean, his power is ultimately determined, you know, not really determined, just is ultimately as strong as that, just, yeah, not exactly, I'm gonna ignore him. Gorilla Raid on Karna, yeah. Blew off. No, I don't want to save progress. Fuck off, game. But yeah, guys, pretty much what I'm just gonna go and do from here is just, for the rest of the guides, I'm just gonna go on and pretty much hit everywhere that I haven't got on hard mode. I have more than enough levels to do that, plus I need to up their bonds levels anyway, so. Yeah, return to main menu. Let's see if I can't find a PvP on here. I doubt so, but still. Not yet, at least. Prepare for battle. No, I don't care about rule set. Nameless is going to be replaced with... Hey, what? Shut up. Again, I like running the same perks as the other guys. And yep, explosion. Fire strike. It doesn't matter. Exactly the same things, because I like running that way. And skills. We got our last two servants. Edits. We're going to keep the... We're going to put on Imperial Privilege Saber this time. independent action is what we're gonna have as well. Mana recovery. Anti-hero. Oops. Obstinate and Supreme Strike. And yes, I'm being dead serious still because, yeah, massive amount of power still. Although at one hit's guaranteed, I mean, you still have that chance. And yeah, guaranteeing everything's cool anyway, so yep. Increase, we're gonna take another Martial Blessing. Spirit Slayer. Because, yep, that's how I roll with Gawain. Very similar, just not as, you know, whatever. I was about to say, excuse me? Boom. I misspelled that, didn't I? No, thank goodness, because I was about to look like an idiot. Now with his Mystic Code, I'm just going to put down the Ceremonial Sword because, like I said, just power here, nothing special. And at the very least, I might do the Dimension Sword. So, nope. And I'm going to keep his silver armor on. Looks are looks, so let me quick match it. As soon as I can find someone. Wow. That was a shocker. Number of battles. Oh, shit. Oof. Well, looks like there ain't nothing more I can do.
Figure that.
Here we get my ass handed to me. Yep. Well, here's your random thing. It's not the same servant or the same person I keep fighting against, so there's no question on if it's played out. This is purely a random guy, clearly, because I was surprised to see this, but I lose. She's in the one outfit. Boom. Shut up. I give my thanks. Oh, where is she at, man? But I might actually stand a chance against this guy. Stop it, bitch. Spamming. Stop it! Damn. Oh, really? 14 seconds? I failed. It was my lack of discretion. You're damn right it was.
ここからです。行きます。ガウェイン、マイル。先を急ぎましょう。
I'm gonna build back that. I hate when that happens. Bullshit. Oh shit. Learn a thing! Damn. Damn, that's going way too quickly. That's smart. Smart job, Gawain. Let me tell you. What's going on? What? Alright, look at that damn trap thing. What is it? With what? What? Give me a few minutes. It's not like it's going anywhere. Yeah, it'll go into doing it. It don't have to be done like right now. It's not like that thing's gonna get up and move itself, you know? Lay down. What did you miss? And another reason why I have the range is the range ability is manage range attacks from afar as well. So that, you know, even though I don't have the last mystic code, it's still like I have that. It's just an infinite amount. Keep that combo up so I can keep doing grab stealing on her ass. That's bullshit. Yep, enough game. I can definitely say someone needs to get a life. I say this in kind of a joking manner. Then, you know, they have like how many wins under their belt? I think it's safe to say. I mean, win or lose, I don't care, but still. Yeah, damn circle, you idiot. I'm gonna laugh when I still boot this guy despite all this. I'm gonna laugh. Yeah, we still won. Even against an opponent like such, he should have just stayed in the circle. Even with someone with so much playtime, and I'm the ace. Gawain's not that bad online. I'm going return to the top menu. I'm not going back to that fight. I mean, for a guy, let's see. Info. I only played a total of 18 battles. Compared to Mr. 100 some over there, and I still won, just saying. That's how good Gawain can be, and yeah. So I hope you guys learned something. I hope you enjoyed the fights at the very least, even if they weren't as eventful. And unfortunately, I hope that this still doesn't happen again, where I have to leave as much as I did, but still. Thank you guys so much for coming in to learn something. Not to, for the views, just to learn something. It's nice to know that, all my work of, studying and stuff like that to this game does not go to waste, and the guides don't go to waste, so thank you for that. This has been Retro. I'll see you in the Robin Hood guide.